Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Kpsn. There are just 30 days to go until spring arrives, and many of our winter athletes are in the home stretch of their 2022 seasons. And for them, it's time to turn up the heat. The girls' basketball team was able to put on yet another win last Friday in their senior night, beating Milford 35-29. Coming in hot on Wednesday, they were unable to pull off yet another victory in a tough loss to the Attleboro Bombardiers. The team advances to 8-8 on the season after a solid week. Overall, the girls are looking good, sitting at third in the Kelly Rex and are ready to make a push for the playoffs. They are only 2 wins shy of locking up their ticket to the postseason. They know that they will have to work hard to get there, but the tenacity of this squad is pretty apparent. The girls are at Franklin tonight for a 6:30 start.
We had senior night last Friday. It was awesome. The underclassmen did a great job setting everything up for us. We had a big win against Milford, which we really needed as we're hoping to get into the playoffs. So it was a great win.
The indoor track team traveled to the Reggie Lewis Center to compete in their last chance meet. This was a great occasion for the Warriors as to achieve new PRs and obviously their last opportunity to qualify for divisionals. For the girls, Madeline Hill ran the 55-meter hurdles in 10.01 seconds, setting a new PR. She finished 37th out of 68 competitors. Sierra King ran the 300 in 48.88 seconds and a new PR for her as she finished 74th out of 81. And for the boys in the 600-meter race, Noah Hurd, Nate Gebhart, and Colin Mahoney were all able to raise the bar with new personal records. In the 1,000-meter race, runners Diego Nieto, Luca Giardini, and Elliot Davis also achieved new PRs. Although the boys did not run in their 4x800 relay at this meet, they are close to the top of the standings with a current time of 8:38. The boys look to beat this time and have a chance to run at their All-State Championship meet in 2 weeks. All of these runners are training very hard this week to prepare for their divisional meets next Sunday. After a grueling week of practice, the wrestling team brought their skills to the D2C sectionals, finishing 3rd overall as a team with many individuals advancing to the All-State tournament. With 3 champions, Dan Nidaviv, Colby Cloutier, and Michael Gorman winning their weight classes and 6 finalists, the boys put on a show with their best sectional performance in KP wrestling history. We look forward to watching several of our athletes wrestling next weekend at the state tournament, hoping to bring home some hardware.
Really good. Our team did exceptional. We had 9 guys qualifying for our state tournament this Friday, which is top 4 in section. 3 champions in our section, and a couple guys lost tough battles in the championship round. But other than that, we did really good.
Yeah, we did really good. This year was the most people we sent off to states. I think the most was like 4 before this year. And this year we sent 9, so it was a really good team accomplishment. But some people also had a really good personal accomplishment by basic price.
Our KP ski team celebrated its final race with senior night on Tuesday. The team will have a lot of work to do for next year, losing captains Will Weiblin, Andrew Longobardi, and Lily Brown, and other crucial racers such as Jake Marchette, Joe Rando, Reed Rhines, and Benjamin Riggs. As the team closed out their season this week, we are very thankful for the winter weather that cooperated with them, allowing them to get some great experience at Ward Hill this season.
My name's Charlie Morris. Today we're running a GS race at Ward Hill. The snow's nice and soft. I think everyone will be doing really well and improving on their times this week.
My name's Ryan Taylor. I'm on the ski team here at King Philip. Here at Ward Hill, we're at a GS race, hoping to get some good times and hoping to beat St. John's.
Our girls swim team has a group set up to compete in the medley relay at the state championship tournament. Flannery Miller, Lauren Klein, Olivia Bailey, and Rachel Baylor have been training and preparing for the big event happening at Boston University next weekend. Flannery Miller will also swim in the 200 individual medley and the 100 breaststroke as well.
The swim team is going to States the second weekend of February vacation, and that's like the big championship with like all the schools like around the state competing. We've had practice, we have morning practice 4 days a week, and our coaches help us get better at our strokes and work on diving and turns, so we're really prepared to go the fastest we can. My coaches have really helped me a lot because sometimes with swimming I get like a little upset when I don't do my best, and they've really been there for me and really told me like I can keep pushing on and got to this point. Good luck, we're gonna do great, and we've really worked hard.
3 big wins this week have powered the KP girls hockey team on a 6-game win streak. The girls played in their final Hockomock League game of the year on Monday, capping off the sweep of Mansfield Oliver Ames with a 6-0 win. The girls also played Andover and Norwood, both competitive teams in Division II, coming out with wins 4-1 and 3-1. In the Norwood game, the girls entered the third period 0-0. A huge third period for the girls started with a rebound goal from senior forward Jen Daniels. Kelly Holmes quickly scored a second goal, returning the momentum in their favor. Late in the third, Warriors had a power play goal from senior Morgan Cunningham that sealed the win. As we near the end of their regular season, the girls are looking forward to continuing their win streak in the state tournament, following their game against Dennis Yarmouth on Saturday.
We started off our 3-game stretch on senior night against Andover, and it was probably our best game of the year. There was just a lot of energy from both teams, and I think playing a team that's equally skilled as us just helps us like get better and get ready for playoffs.
We had our last hot game on Monday, and we brought home a win 6-0 against MOA.
And then last night we played Norwood, which was another big game of the year as they're ranked right above us. We ended up winning 3-1, but we entered the third period 0-0, so we had a great third period, and it was good to close out our 6-game winning streak.
The boys hockey team is on a roll as they are on a 3-game win streak, boosting their record to 8-7-2. The boys are now above 500 for the first time this season with just 3 games to play. Senior leadership and overall team buy-in has helped the team fight back after a rough first half of the season where they were 3-6-1. They are now 5-1-1 in their last 7 games and look to reach 10 wins in the regular season as it comes to an end.
We had a really big win against Medfield to get above 500. We're now 8-7-2. Going into our game tomorrow against Walpole. It's a big game. Walpole's got a good record, so it'll help our power points going in, hopefully to boost our seed in the state tournament and solidify a spot. So it's a huge game for us, and hopefully we can get 2 games above 500.
We had a huge win against Medfield Monday night. Definitely the push we needed going into Saturday. We got a long break, so we got a lot to work on in practice, perfect everything. Should be a good game Saturday, and it's good to be back finally over 500, so that's nice.
A win tomorrow will be huge for the boys' momentum and playoff seeding, so make sure you get out there and support them. Our boys basketball team is holding their senior night tonight and are hoping for a full crowd at this limited ticket event. Fans are reminded that their tickets must be purchased in advance. The boys had a spirited game against Attleboro on Tuesday as they took some of the time to honor their teachers. The boys played a great game and kept the score close most of the way, but ended up falling 69-44. Get out there and support them against Franklin tonight. We will be live streaming the game from our KP Sports Network Facebook page. The Kingfield gymnastics team ended up finishing 4th in the Hockomock Conference. Sadly, they fell short of making the playoffs, but it was still a successful run. The Hawk was very competitive this season, and the team lost some very close meets. The team was fortunate to have some fantastic freshmen and sophomores join the squad this year, which gives them great potential for the future.
Hi, I'm Kpsn McDonald. I'm one of the gymnastics captains. So our season just ended, and we ended with a 136.5 for our overall average score. We placed 4th in the Hawk, which is really good, and I'm really proud of how the team performed this season.
Josh McDaniels is moving on for good after accepting the Las Vegas Raiders head coaching job. In his farewell letter to fans, published in the Boston Globe yesterday, he reflected on his amazing career with the Patriots and thanks us for turning him into a wicked savvy New Englander. Josh will be welcoming the Patriots to Las Vegas in the 4th week of the 2023 season, and we'll all be looking forward to that matchup. Since falling apart against the Penguins just a few days ago, the Bruins have not been the same, but the long wait comes to an end next week. Here's KPSN's Max Salvatore on the return of Brad Marchand.
The NHL's all-time leader in suspension time is in the middle of serving his latest sentence, but he returns next Thursday to show again why he's one of the best players in the game. For the Bruins, his return couldn't come any sooner, as Marchand has been carrying the entire team. Many like to use Marchand's antics to knock him down, but since 2016, he's the NHL's 4th leading point man. In addition to this, he's 14th in climbing on the all-time shorthanded goals list. He's 12th in the NHL in points per game this season and is one of the best defensive wingers in the league. The power play has suffered the most, as he's the main reason the Bruins have the 7th best power play. With the man advantage, Marchand is 5th in points and 6th in assists. David Pastrnak is 4th in power play goals, and much of this is also thanks to Marchand. You don't need stats to see this, as just watching these two on the power play, it is clear to see their chemistry, and it's up there with the best duos in the league. He brings an instant spark to the lineup, which this team is seriously lacking. He leaves every last bit he has on the ice, and many take this for granted. The Bruins' inability to put pucks in the net and generate offense shows just how valuable he is. He needs to understand this himself and control his temper if the Bruins will have any shot at a playoff run. There truly is no one like Brad Marchand, and no one can fill his role. But when Thursday rolls around, he'll be back to dominating in the NHL world.
Marchand's the best offensive player on the Bruins. He's probably one of the best, top 3 left winger in the NHL, so I think he brings a lot to the table. With him suspended, the Bruins are pretty bad on offense, and they need him back badly to make the playoffs.
Yeah, the Bruins have been struggling offensively, so Brad Marchand's return next week is definitely going to be huge for them. They've been pretty inconsistent so far, so getting Marchand back will help them, and hopefully they can go on a win streak when he gets back. So looking forward to the rest of the season with the Bruins.
I think Marchand's he's probably the best hockey player on our team, most skilled guy. He's always putting up the points. Honestly, he's been suspended I think 10 games this year. I think he's still going to finish top 10 in the league in points, so he's just a great hockey player. He's one of those guys though where if he's on your team you love him, if he's on the other team you hate him. He's just a chippy guy. I think he's just someone who just gets under the skin of the other team, which is also a big advantage that comes out of having him on your team. So yeah, I'm personally a big fan of him. I like when he plays on the edge, but it's tough when he falls off of it, gets suspended, hurts the teams in the penalty box.
The Celtics are back and are as hot as ever. Their 9-game win streak came to an end with a loss against the Detroit Pistons on Wednesday night. The team traded for Derek White right before the trade deadline, and things have been going well ever since. He's been a great addition to the team, helping them beat the Hawks 105-95 on the Super Bowl Sunday, as well as beating the 76ers by a whopping score of 135-87. White contributed for 11 points in that game. Fans are feeling more hopeful than they have in a while about the Celtics and are counting on Derek White to keep pushing the bar even higher.
Derek White's been helping the count. He's been passing. He can get to the rim a little bit, score a little bit. Great defender. So with Smart just suffering an injury, I think he's going to help fill that role. And it's honestly kind of crazy how he's already fitting in with the team. So I like where the Celtics are going. Just 50-piece the Sixers, so I think they can make a run in the playoffs. Let's go Celtics, baby.
We have an action-packed weekend of KP Sports ahead of our much-anticipated February vacation. Tonight at home, our boys basketball team takes on Franklin at 6:30. The girls will be at Franklin at 6:30 as well. Good luck to all of our Warrior athletes in their postseason competitions. We'll be back here after the break with all the updates. Have a great and safe February vacation, everyone.